Hey guys, in this video we're going to be painting the cute little polar bear. So to get started, make sure you have your canvas out. I've got all my paints here on my plate. I'm gonna just get a little bit scooped out of each color on there. So to do that, I'm gonna use a butter knife just because it's easier to wipe it clean than clean a brush every time. Make sure I have my paper towels ready to wipe that clean. So I'm gonna take a little bit of black. Just gonna scoop a little bit out on my plate so you can't really see me over here. I'll show you. And I just got my black on there and then my butter knife. I could just wipe that clean. And then I'm just gonna go through and do that for all my colors. A little scoop of white. So kind of clean my butter knife a little better. Make sure you get the lids back on your little cups so they pop, they click, you know they're sealed. Okay, all my colors. Need the black, the white. I started scooping this one and I don't need it. Don't need this one. Don't need the burnt orange, but I do need the blue and the red. So black, white, blue, and red. So, set that aside, don't need that anymore. I do need a fresh paper towel. I got a little on my hands. So here's the colors that we're using. I got way more white than I needed, only because I ended up getting a little black on there and I wanted to scoop out all of the dirty white so it's not tainting the rest of the jar. So I'm gonna get started with the background, and I am going to mix up a little bit of paint to change the color. I'm going to do, because I want a very dark blue, and this just really isn't that dark. So a nice scoop of black, and with a good portion of it. I'm going to reserve a little for later, because I'm going to want a lighter blue later. And when you get that stirred up nice, you're going to take a little bit of white and stir that in as well. So this really nice midnight blue shade. And it does dry a little bit darker on the canvas. So it'll look a little bit darker once you start painting and it starts to dry. I'm just gonna go around and fill in the entire background, this nice dark blue. And I'm using this kind of medium-sized brush. You could be using a bigger brush if you wanted. Just gonna be careful around my edges. Smooth out all my globs. I don't want big, thick globs. And I'm gonna do my best to get all the little white pieces of the canvas covered. I gotta angle you a little bit better this way. I'm gonna change up a little. There you go. This is a strange angle for me to be painting at. So I'm getting all my background filled. Going around the pencil. I'm just gonna flip this over so it's easier to paint. Get my bottom areas here. Keep slipping away. And this color is dark, so it does appear to leave a lot of streaks. I'm just gonna do just the one coat, but feel free to do 2 coats. Make sure you let it dry all the way in between. There's gonna be snowflakes on there too that we'll paint on later. Just gonna touch up a few of the little spots that definitely look a little streaky. Okay. So there's the background. I'm gonna clean out my brush. I just stir it around in this jar. Squish it around the bottom. And then when I get all that blue paint out, I'll make sure I get it dried off. Just use my towel here. And we're good to go for the next color. So next we're just gonna paint our bear, his head and his body, using white paint. I'm gonna scooch it back over here for a minute. You can paint right over the eyes. It still shows through. Just taking my time on the edges here. Smoothing out any globs. did paint around the nose, but again, you could paint right through it. It'd be perfectly fine. Now I'm going down to the body. Same color. Still using white. Same brush. Now it's a little tricky to see where you've painted already because the canvas starts out white and then we're painting with white. But just make sure you're getting the whole body filled in. You're not leaving any canvas showing. Just gonna pick it up so I can get this bottom bit. Got them all filled in. Just gonna do a little bit extra where I overlapped onto the blue, just so that it doesn't show through quite as dark. This little spot here will need some. Okay, so while that's drying, we're going to paint the scarf. And we're gonna give it stripes. Big, thick stripes. But to start, we're gonna just paint it a solid light blue. So I'm gonna take a nice scoop of my white, pretty good size, and stir in with just a little bit of my dark blue color that I made. So I get this nice light blue. And I'm just gonna paint the whole scarf this pretty light blue color. Oh, the dog wants in. I hear her barking. I'm painting from home in this video. Finish this little bit and then I'm gonna go let her in. Sorry, I don't want to listen to her yip. Be right back. Whoop, knocked the chair. Alright, I'm back. I'm just gonna keep painting my scarf. My setup is a little bit awkward. I gotta get this more comfortable for me. You can still see what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Put that in there. So I've got that painted all the light blue. And next, I'm just gonna give it a quick dry with my blow dryer. You'll probably want to just give it a few minutes to dry on its own, or if you're impatient like me, have your handy dandy blow dryer over here. Okay, let's see. Next, we will put the dark stripes on. And they're going to be pretty big stripes. But you can do it however you want. You could do lots of small stripes or just a few big ones like I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the same dark blue color as the background. I'm going to leave a little space. Paint right over top. Make a nice thick stripe. There's one. Maybe leave a little space. Got the second one. Now here's where the scarf folds down, and I'll leave the top. So my strips are gonna go down this way. So right there is about where the edge is. Leave space. Make another nice big stripe. We'll get one more in here down at the bottom. I'll take that one all the way to the bottom. And then over here we need to continue our stripes. So we'll pretend like there's, this one is here, and then we'll put a little blue one here. It's got to go on the edge of the folded piece. So just bring it all the way down. And maybe, yeah, that's good. And then that last one is light blue. And you can go back through and touch them up a little if you need. So we're gonna let that dry. Meanwhile, we will paint some gray on the ears. And to make gray, we're going to take some of our white and a little bit of black and mix it together. So we have a nice light gray. Probably go a little bit darker, add a little bit more black. And then with the gray, we're just gonna come up here in the ears. And I'm using my smaller brush. I'm just gonna put little swoops on the inside of the ear. Next, we will paint the eyes black, the nose black, and the little line that comes down from the nose black. So I'm gonna clean up my brush. Just a little bit of black paint, same small brush. I'm gonna get his little eyes filled in. His nose. Make sure you're getting all the little chunks, blobs of paint smoothed out. Then I'm just gonna go straight up with the little line. A blob right there. Chelsea, what do you want? What's wrong? Talking to the dog. Oh, she's going upstairs. Okay, so next, with my small brush, I'm just gonna put some snowflakes in the background using just plain white. And for some are just gonna be circles, small little circles. And then some I'm going to do like a plus sign. And then I'm gonna put an X through. So you can change it up, do as many as you want or as few. Just go around and make it snowy. And then the very last step for the face, because that needs to be drier. So I'm just gonna blow it dry quick. I'm just gonna put a white swoop on the nose, but my black is still very wet. And then just a little swoop across the nose like that. Then on the scarf, I'm gonna add some red stripes. And I'm just gonna put a few little tiny stripes inside of my light blue areas. So maybe 1, 2 there. Maybe I can get a couple in this area. Now these are gonna go the other direction. Coming down. That one I can get 3 in. 2 there. And I could probably fit 2 over here. There. He is super cute. When you're finished, feel free to sign your name. I like to do something kind of small down in the lower right-hand corner. Maybe I'll make a little bit darker blue by adding a little black into my already dark blue. And just on the very bottom, right here, sign my name. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sure your little polar bear turned out super cute. Feel free to share with me. You can send a message through Messenger on Facebook to Willy-Nilly. Yeah, I love seeing your finished work, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.